It's going to be the start of a new project we're going to be working on for the next couple weeks. It's a necessity I need to get done before the weather breaks here. Got a lot of concrete work that needs done, and an unfortunate event with my Harbor Freight cement mixer, Old Faithful, is leading to a new idea that I've been seeing. So we'll start off with the idea. Well, this is the cement mixer I have right now. Actually, I think I paid half of that with a coupon. I've had it for probably 6 years now, and it's gone through, I'm going to guess, roughly 3 full pallets of 80-pound bags over the last couple of years. Not too long ago, I was working and actually backed over top of it with the skid steer. You all know, the ones that have used this product before, that there's a lot of weaknesses, especially in the legs and the wheels and stuff. And it just so happened I smashed everything from here down on it, which originally I was planning on mounting it to a skid steer or a little plate. So that starts the project off, a replacement for this type of cement mixer for my jobs. So I got a lot of smaller concrete jobs that are way above the capacity or the labor I want to put into mixing more like this. Because to me, this is almost a 3-person job if you're doing a little slab. A person to mix, a person to spread out the concrete, and a person with the wheelbarrow running back and forth. So I'd like to get this down to 1 person if I can, but 2 people seems realistic. So I ran across this product. It's called the Mud Mixer. Actually seen it at Home Depot for rent. Started watching a lot of videos on it, and I've also seen some other variations of it built in China. So the idea here I want to mess with is, can I source just off-the-shelf components to build something like this? It seems very simple. It's got a hopper. It's got some water that injects into it. It's got a tube here with a screw drive in it, kind of like an auger, and a clean out on it. The stand it sits on can rotate, which I'm not too worried about that. And it's sitting on a set of wheels. So seems pretty simple here. Just this is the planning phase of it. So first I'm going to research. Let's go down here and let's look at how this product works. Basically, there's a bag cutter. You drop the bag inside it. Looks like a water dowel for doweling in the water, how much water you want. Down here, you can see the 2 lines. Looks like one's directly above, one's pointing to the side, and that's injecting water into it, controlled by this valve. And then you got this, it looks like a hollow auger that's screwing out the product there. Another neat little note, they got a garden hose here with a Y. So looks pretty simple. So the first step, I'm going to start sourcing out some material. I want to use as much repurposed material as I can. I'd like to keep the whole project under $700 if possible. So I actually think it's doable, minus my labor cost. But I think it's one of the projects that will really benefit that cost. So this is close to $3,000 if you buy it through one of the vendors. I believe even Amazon has it. I will note too, they do sell an accessory for this top where you can put an extension on it for more bags of concrete, and you can kind of just load that bad boy up and rip with it. They do have an extension here too that goes on here. It's not an auger; it's just a tray, so you can extend it out over top of your form if need be. So, okay. So first step, sourcing some of this auger. This auger is, I'm using this Farmer Boy website, and I typed in hollow auger. I didn't know what else to really put there, but this was the first that came up. So this product here looks to be really close to the same thing. I judged the size of the chute on this to be somewhere near 3 inches. So This product here is 2.71 inches in diameter, which seems like that should be a good fit. Should leave some room in case a rock gets jammed in it or whatnot. Price $3.37 by the foot. So it's honestly that's cheap for what this is. I just went ahead and ordered 10 feet. That way I have two replacement. I got a replacement out of it. So went with that. Threw that in my shopping cart. The next thing I needed was specifically this adapter here that the auger gets attached to. So this by itself was right around $90, and it's a bearing. It's got a hole here drilled for I'd say like a shear pin, I'm going to guess, and a lock thing here that the auger screws into. I didn't want to get into messing with building that. I could, but it just to me it wasn't worth the money. This other piece here, now you can buy these two separate, but man, for $239, I figured my time was worth a little more than this value. So I went ahead and got this. This is basically the bottom of this would go on the bottom of the silo where the grain would come into it, and the grain would come into here and then be screwed out through the screw auger to the hogs or whatever you're looking to feed in there. So pretty stout galvanized steel, clean out on it, 3-inch ID. I figured you couldn't go wrong with this. This is probably going to be the most expensive piece that I have on it, and the tolerances between this, and the auger, to me it was a no-brainer. So some of the other components I'm going to need for it too are obviously the water hose. There's a water hose, and this is a 1/4 inch. It's got these quick connect fittings, or just a push. Come with 2 valves here because I'm going to have 2 lines of water going to the spray nozzle, just like they got. So I'm going to branch it off, and I'm going to have to find some sort of nozzle. So I'm thinking about buying the ends of it are going to be another push to fit, and then they're going to have threads on it. And I'll probably just get a brass cap off and drill like a small hole in it and make a jet to spray into the concrete. So that's the water hose. The other thing I'm going to need is a solenoid valve. When you start the concrete mixer, we want the auger and the water to start at the same time. That way we're not oversaturating the water or the concrete with water, or we're not getting enough water into it. So I'm going to keep this as simple as possible. So I bought this $9 for it. What we're going to do is basically we're going to put the motor and this relay on the same circuit. So just a simple light switch, probably an all-weather light switch or something on it. Flip the switch. It's going to turn this and the drill motor on at the same time. I don't know how this works. If there's to help the concrete kind of go down through the chute. So I'm thinking it needs some sort of vibrator attachment to kind of help shake it up and process it down through there. So I'm looking at these concrete vibrators, which this could actually be really helpful here, because I can have a tube mounted to the side of the hopper where you would turn it on, and it would slide in there, and then it would vibrate the hopper. Make it removable so you could just simply pull it right out of it and use it in concrete. When you're done, you shove it back in there. It's kind of like a holder, all-in-one kind of setup. So there is a lot cheaper ones. This one's a Harbor Freight, $119. I did see one for $30. Not going to go crazy on it. This has pretty good reviews, so I might end up with it if there's a coupon out. Probably one of the last major components I'm going to need is a motor. So I'm looking at these, trying to decide if this is going to be enough torque to run it. Basically, what I was thinking about doing was on the shaft end of this auger here, this bearing, putting like just a nut that's a little bigger than the OD of this, slipping a shear pin through it, and then on the drill, put a chuck in there, or put an adapter for like you put on with a socket. So, essentially, it would be driving a large socket, which would be in contact with a nut that would spin the shaft. So, I imagine this is a variable speed. So, I could look at something with the trigger. I could also think about maybe just converting it to I guess it would be a rheostat up on the control panel to kind of control speed with it. The factory, this Mud Mixer brand doesn't look like it has a speed control on the auger. It looks like it's one speed. So kind of, I'm just wondering, do I take that out of the loop and keep it simple? So the water or the amount of water would be your only variable. Keep the speed constant on the drill and vary the water. So it's something we're gonna have to mess with here. Maybe I just lock that trigger switch down to a certain pressure. Maybe like a clamp or something. So be thinking about that next. I'm not really sold on this yet. I do have the parts from this mixer. I believe it's a belt drive inside here. This belt drive drives a gear, and then you can see the little ridges on the edge of this, and then actually this gear drives this drum around. So I could essentially take this motor off and probably even mount a pulley onto the end of that shaft and go that route. So I just don't know how much power it has, and this motor's pretty weak to begin with. It will spin 2 80-pound bags of concrete, but that's about its max capacity. So we're going to be doing a lot of the work. I have a CNC plasma table, so we're going to be cutting stuff with the plasma table. I do have a new plasma torch I'm going to be trying out. Hands, that way I could just disconnect it from the table and cut it, because I'm going to use a piece of pipe for this and just simply cut down the middle. So this is going to be part 1 of the planning stage. Part 2 is going to be the CAD design. Just really simple. Part 3 is probably going to be some of the welding, and if I decide to take it another one, I'll probably combine electrical and water in together on another video. And then another one for the final final output of the demonstration. So, all right, looking forward to this project. I'll catch you guys later.